Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's the link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen folks, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, okay? Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, come on by. We're going to be having a live radio show. We're going to be talking about the New York Jets. We're going to be talking about all the things that we have. You know, training camp is getting going for the rookies at least, but there's a lot of other things coming. We got veterans reporting, pretty soon as well. There's a lot to discuss with this roster. So call in. I take live callers. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. So with that said and done, and put to the side, I'll come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets defensive line and why I am so hyped about what Joe Douglas has done, why I'm so excited about a lot of the guys that we got in the building up front, and why this defense I think is really going to be able to turn things around behind, some of the things our defensive line is going to be able to do. First and foremost, man, kudos, hats off to JD, Joe Douglas, our general manager, really did a splendid job putting this defensive line together. And let me tell you something. It is monstrous, okay? This defensive line is full of beast that could really have a big-time impact and could really turn things up, and turn things around as well, because I think this line, just with the pass rush alone, is something that we haven't seen in quite a long time with these New York Jets, being able to rush the passer effectively up front. So I'm going to mention some of the guys we have on the football team along our defensive line. I'm not going to mention like every single person. This video will be forever long. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to bring up some guys I'm extremely excited about and talk about, what I see, man. So first guy I want to start off with, Carl Lawson. Listen, Carl Lawson, we all know, ruptured his Achilles last offseason. We were all down about it. We're all upset. We're like, man, what are we going to do now, right? What is he going to come back looking like? How is he going to handle stuff? Well, we've seen some recent things from him, okay? We've, heard him come out and talk about how, hey, I'm going to be ready for training camp. We were all fired up. He still looked like he, was in very good shape. Then there was a recent video that came out about him as well during a workout, kind of viewed as workout, and he looked really good in that workout, okay? He was doing some type of drills, like some pass rushing drills, actually ended up pushing a guy completely over and putting him on his butt. So you kind of still see that the explosion, the speed, the power, it's still there, right? It's still there. Now, I know the New York Jets are going to take their time, not rushing him back so quickly into certain things. They're going to take their time with the injury, make sure it's 100% healed before he is ready to go, okay? Before he's ready to go, I know they're going to do that. I think he may even start camp on the PUP. We'll see. I believe he is, though. So when you look at that situation, him coming back from that Achilles is going to be huge for the New York Jets. If this guy is fully healed, is going to be able to go out there and provide that disruption, that destruction, what we need from a legitimate edge rusher, that's gigantic to our defense. If you look at the New York Jets last season, our defense was literally at the bottom of the league, right? We were pretty bad up front defensively last year. I think we were 29th against the pass, and one of the biggest issues why people were just bombing was because we had no pass rush. Your quarterback would have 40 years to throw the football, and I don't give a crap who you got out there, right? If you got a quarterback and a wide receiver running around for forever, he's going to eventually find somebody to get the football to, and we didn't have any legit pass rusher. Carl Lawson on the field completely changes that. And it also means we don't have to send blitzes constantly, right? We don't have to send guys at you left and right. No, we can legitimately get pressure on you from up front. So I'm hyped about Carl Lawson. Cannot wait till he gets back on the field, fully cleared, fully healthy, ready to go. I don't want to rush him into a situation before he's fully ready. But when he is, man, this guy is going to do a lot of great things for the New York Jets. I expect big impact from him this upcoming season when he's fully healthy. Now, speaking of pass rush, another guy that I'm extremely excited as well, that is now on the New York Jets defensive line, is Jermaine Johnson. Listen, I'm hyped up about this guy, man. You know, listen, Joe Douglas passed on him at 10. I was furious. I'm not going to lie. I love Garrett Wilson. I was excited about Garrett Wilson, but I was like, come on, Joe Douglas. Can we get a pass rusher, man? Like, what is going on with you? What's happening? I was screaming, all that stuff. Well, we traded back up into the first round, and we were able to grab Jermaine Johnson. Now, Jermaine Johnson is a guy, again, he's going to be on that other side of Carl Lawson. Young kid, going to come in and really provide some solid pass rush for us. I know that there's people that talk about some of the things that he needs to work on going forward to become a very solid pro in pass rushing. But guess what? Every player that's coming out of college has something that they need to work on at this next level at the NFL, right? Everybody has something. At this NFL level, everybody's got to work on something. But guess what? One of the reasons why I'm so excited about Jermaine Johnson, not just because of the ability and all the things that I think he can do within the defense, it's also because of our coaching. Everything that people talk about with Jermaine Johnson, right, are things that are coachable, things that you can have a guy come in and help a young player at if he can coach him up. Well, guess what? We have one of the best coaching staffs and some of the best teachers around the NFL here in our building with Robert Saleh, Albrick, and all the other coaches that we have, assistant coaches, defensive line coaches that we have. We have some of the best teachers from all around the league. That was one of the real reasons why we were happy about getting Robert Saleh in the building. The second that Robert Saleh became a coach for the New York Jets, you saw players from all around the league come out and talk about how excited they were for him and how great of a teacher he was, how great of a man he is, how great of a coach he's going to make. From all across the league, all these kind of players. We've seen Robert Saleh take guys that people thought weren't even going to be good in this league, put them in a defense in San Francisco, when that defense was riddled with injuries, and he was able to get great plays from them, put them in a position to make plays, put them in a position to use their skill sets effectively, and we saw him, get great payoff from those guys. So I'm excited about Jermaine Johnson in this defense with Saleh and and all the defensive staff being able to get Jermaine Johnson to that next level here. Now, again, I'm not expecting Jermaine Johnson to come out and be Nick Bosa or Joey Bosa straight off the bat. I'm not expecting that. But I do expect this kid to come in and really give us some great pressures, great hurries. Maybe if he gets us 8 sacks this year, I'll be elated. You know what I'm saying? For a rookie to come in and really provide pressure and show those flashes and all those things for a pass rush for the New York Jets, I'll take that. So I'm extremely excited about Jermaine Johnson as well along our defensive line. Now, last guy I'm going to talk about, why I'm hyped here, talking about our defensive line, Quinnen Williams. Man, let me tell you something. Quinnen Williams is a guy that is walking into a big year this year. We're talking contract stuff with him. We know that talk is coming up, pretty soon with him. We know he's on that 5th-year option as well. He signed that 5th-year option. So here we have Quinnen Williams, who's a guy that I think has benefited. We just got done talking about the pass rushers. Here's a guy that benefits, the most from some of the weapons that we've added along our defensive line, because if you look in the past, what a lot of people would do was, hey, the New York Jets have Quinnen Williams. They don't have any other pass rushers, so we ain't got to worry about none of that. Double team Quinnen Williams, and then you single up on the rest of the guys, and that's it. Game over, right? Game over. And for years that worked, right? For years that worked. Yes, Quinnen would make his plays, but often that was the game plan, and it would work. Well, now, right? Now, you got Carl Lawson on one side. You got Jermaine Johnson on the other. Do you really want to double up on old Quinnen Williams? Okay, well, Carl Lawson, Jermaine's going to go off. I think what a lot of teams are going to do, they're going to say, look, we don't want that edge pressure, on our backs. Let's double up on these guys, or let's worry about the outside edge rush, and let's try our best to just single up with Quinnen Williams. And I think that that's where Quinnen Williams is going to feast, because we've seen Quinnen Williams be completely disruptive up front when he has those one-on-one matchups. I think that this year is going to tell us a lot about who Quinnen Williams is as well. He's a guy, that we picked 3rd overall. We took him in the 1st round, 3rd overall. He's talked about how he doesn't even feel like he's lived up to the status of that pick, right? And we thought we were getting a guy that was going to come in and just completely destroy everybody. And he's played okay, but he hasn't been that guy. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the situation and the pieces that we've added to this defense up front, Quinnen Williams should have a year this year. Now, again, I don't know if that equals a ton of sacks for him in particular, because I don't think he's like a sack demon. But I do think that equals a lot of tackles for losses, a lot of disruption, blowing up the run game. We were really bad against the run last year as well. We gave up, I think, over 100 yards to every team that we played in the first 5 games. You go watch that Colts game, and the Texans ran on us. There was all types of teams that just had, a blast running the football on the New York Jets. Well, guess what? This year, Quinnen Williams is going to absolutely destroy that and affect that. I think he's going to have a lot of hurries, a lot of pressures, a lot of stuff like that, just a lot of disruption, causing issues. With you trying to run your offense effectively, you're going to have, Quinnen Williams out there having problems with you. So let me tell you something. I'm excited about him, man, and I cannot wait for these guys to really get out there in the field and get going. Now, again, there's some honorable mentions. These are guys that, again, I can't talk about. This video will be forever. But John Franklin Myers, I'm hyped about him. Vinny Curry coming back from the blood disorder. I think he's going to be able to give us some solid snaps within the rotation as a veteran defensive line guy, a veteran edge guy. Jacob Martin, a guy that we got from the Texans, he's got a motor on him. I can't wait to see him as well. Michael Clemens, a kid that we just drafted, who I'm extremely excited about too. He's a young guy. He's an athletic freak, and I think he's going to be able to put on as well within this defensive line rotation. And Solomon Thomas too, a veteran guy that's been in Saleh's system before. He's also versatile. He's a guy that can play on the outside, a guy that can play on the inside in the defensive line within this scheme too. Again, has familiarity with Saleh, from his days in San Francisco. So I'm hyped about him too. Also, Sheldon Rankins, man. I know a lot of people had a lot to say about Sheldon Rankins. There's been some Jets fans that have wanted to cut him in the past, but I think Sheldon Rankins is definitely going to be able to come in and really put things together, especially within our 4-man front that we're going to bring. Again, with the added pressure on the outside, he's going to be able to eat. So I'm hyped about this defensive line and all the things that I believe they're going to be able to do and all the pressure I think they're going to be able to bring. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How are you folks feeling about the New York Jets defensive line? Tell me what's going on, and let's go back and forth, all right? You folks have a good one. Peace.